Hey guys, how's it going? Sebastian here again, and in this video I'm gonna show you how you can use 2CHECKOUT to process payments in your online store using Shopify. So ever since I started out, it has been a big story for me because when I started, I didn't knew anything about payment processors, companies, e-commerce in general. Actually, I was very used to the affiliate marketing world, to the CPA world, selling services, phone selling, all this stuff. But I was not used to the e-commerce world. So for me, the payment processor thing was a big issue since the beginning. So I'm gonna be talking about 2CHECKOUT in this video. It's a payment processor that you can use if you are international. But first, to start with, I just wanna tell you a little bit of my story when I started using Shopify and I started into e-commerce, the problems that I went through when using other types of payment processors, and why I cannot use the most frequent payment method, that's Shopify payments. So when I first started out in the beginning of 2016, actually I started on December 2015, but I always say I started January 16th because on December I didn't really knew what I was doing. So let's say 1st of January, I was building my store, I started using Shopify payments. Shopify payments is the payment method that Shopify actually created to make your life easier. It integrates directly with your store. People can pay with their credit card right in their store. They don't need to leave your online store. They can pay right there, put in their credit card information, and you get paid. Shopify Payments is gonna deposit money into your bank account, into your checkings account, every 2 to 3 days, every 3 days. But when you start accumulating payments, you get money in your account every single day in your bank account. That's an amazing thing. And with Shopify Payments, the fees are very low. So I was like, man, I wanna use Shopify Payments. Everyone is using it. But when I used it, after some time, I received a notification, an email telling me, hey, you need to provide with further information about your store and about yourself. So when they figured out, when Shopify saw that I was not a US citizen, I was not from Canada, UK, or Australia, they told me, hey, you cannot use Shopify payments because you are not a citizen and you are not paying taxes in these countries, right? So to be able to use Shopify payments or Stripe, you need to be from one of those countries and you need to be paying taxes there, whether if it's personal taxes or like a company, you have an LLC or something like that, which I didn't. So I was kind of using Shopify payments underground. I was just using it. I was receiving payments. I was able to process orders using that payment processor, but it was not the right way of doing it. I was not able. I shouldn't be able to use that, but I was still using it. So I was like, man, I am from Costa Rica, I don't know what payment processor to use, so I went and saw the different available options for Costa Rica. I saw a payment processor called 2CHECKOUT. So 2CHECKOUT is just an international payment processor which you can attach to your website, to your e-commerce store. Even if you have a WordPress blog, you can process payments using 2CHECKOUT. It's very, very general. But 2CHECKOUT doesn't have some things that are amazing about Shopify payments. So with 2CHECKOUT, you don't get paid like every 3 days, so you don't accumulate daily payments. 2CHECKOUT, you actually get a wire transfer every single week. So weekly wire transfers instead of daily deposits to your bank account. So that's starting with that's the first issue because obviously you don't have as much cash flow. If you're just starting out, if you want to do big numbers and everything, you gotta figure out how much money you're gonna have to spend in those 7 days so that you can wait for that wire transfer, make the payments, etc. So you really need to make a forecast of what your expenses will be for the next 7 days before you receive the wire transfer that you're expecting from 2CHECKOUT. 2CHECKOUT can pay to absolutely any single country in the world, so you're gonna receive wire transfers. I'm from Costa Rica. I just went to my bank, asked them for my wire transfer information for my bank account, put it into 2CHECKOUT, and I receive weekly payments. Now, some things that you need to consider about 2CHECKOUT is, I'm gonna write these things down here. So I'm gonna put 2CHECKOUT. So some things that I've learned about 2CHECKOUT and some facts, actually, the fees are higher than Shopify payments. Just because it's an international payment processor, you're gonna be paying more fees. So the fees I actually pay for right now is I pay 3.9% per transaction plus a 0.45 cent per transaction. So this is what I pay per transaction. But this is if you're from the USA. If you are outside the US, like me, I'm from Costa Rica, regardless if you're from Panama, Venezuela, or another country, you're international, you're gonna pay this plus an extra 1.5 per transaction. So you know this is gonna be 5.4% overall. It's gonna be let's just put an equal 5.4% plus 0.45 cents per transaction. So of course, like, I mean, when this really adds up, you know, this really adds up when you're doing a lot of volume. You're paying way more fees compared to 2.9%, around 2.9% with Shopify payments. Now, Shopify is gonna be like, hey, you're not using Shopify payments, right? You're not using our payment method, so we're gonna charge you an extra 2% per transaction. So you need to add to this an extra 2% from Shopify, from the platform, not from 2Checkout, from Shopify. So this is for 2Checkout, and Shopify is gonna charge you an extra 2%. So you're gonna be paying total 7.4% plus 0.45. This is what you're gonna be paying total if you are using 2Checkout to process payments with your online store. Now, if you're doing over $50,000 per month with 2Checkout, you can call them and you can tell them to lower your fees. So probably you can get this fee 3.9% down to, you know, maybe 3.2 or 3%. I'm not sure how much. I really haven't contacted them, even though I've done over 50,000 per month. I should have, actually, now that I think about it, recording this video, I should have called them, you know. But anyways, this is what you're gonna pay. Let's also write some other things down. You get weekly wire transfers. And what is the cost? My handwriting is just terrible. What is the cost of these wire transfers? They're gonna charge you a $15 fee per wire transfer. So every single week, regardless if they're paying you $1 million or just $10, they're gonna charge you $15 per wire transfer. So this is actually very good, you know, because you're paying a flat $15 fee. If they pay you $50,000 in a wire transfer, you only pay $15, which is nothing. But of course, if you're receiving a payment of $100 and you pay $15 just for the wire, you're paying 50% of that total value just for that transaction. So I'm gonna write this down here. It's gonna be $15 per wire transfer. Now, other things, guys, you need to know about 2Checkout. 2Checkout is, you know, they have a lot of rules and everything. No trademark, no free items. So, no trademark. I'm running out of space here. No trademark. And no free items. No free plus shipping. No free items. So, for those running trademark campaigns, which I don't suggest, illegal, you know, you cannot do that. But if you're doing it, you cannot use 2Checkout to run that business, because the thing with 2Checkout, I mean, with Shopify payments, here's the good thing. You go and you apply and you just open your store, you put Shopify payments, you choose it, you put your social security number, your company name, your name, etc., and that's it. You don't have to apply. It's enabled. With 2Checkout, you apply to their payment processor. So, you know, they will review your site in around 2 to 3 business days. If you have any trademark items, you know, like Nike or has the Nike logo or Star Wars or anything that's a brand and you don't have permission to sell, they're gonna tell you cannot use their payment processor. If you have any items that have a price of 0, then you cannot use the payment processor. You need to remove those items before they accept your application. Now, there's a big list about things you cannot have on your site, on your online store, if you want to use them. So, you know, you need to go to 2checkout.com and put something like, go to their terms of use, something like that, and see the whole list. But these are the two things I think many people can relate with e-commerce and, you know, selling physical products on Facebook. So these two things cannot be done. What else am I missing here? Now, guys, in terms of drop shipping with 2Checkout, it's not their preferred business model. Drop shipping, like, you know, sending products directly from China to the US or directly from China to the UK or any other country, you know, they sometimes, where they are reviewing your store, if your store looks super similar to many of those stores out there doing drop shipping, meaning that you have the typical cat earrings, the typical necklace, the typical bracelet or free plus shipping, they will know that you're doing drop shipping from China. So, you know, it's not their preferred business model, but you can get away with it. I'm doing drop shipping. I've been doing drop shipping for the past 14 months with them or something like that, and I have had no problem. They have asked me for invoices of my products, right? When I buy my products in China and AliExpress, they ask me for invoices, and I send it to them, and they, I mean, have no issue with that. Another thing they might ask you is for your supplier agreement, right? So they will tell you like, hey, send us your supplier agreement just to know that you're actually buying products from your Chinese vendor. And what I did is I just told my Chinese supplier, hey, can we get an agreement on this? You know, a flexible agreement, not anything, because I'm not like very experienced with that, but you know, I just asked him for a regular agreement based on the business that we are doing. I sent that agreement over to 2CHECKOUT, and there's no problem with that. Finally, guys, if you don't even want them to ask you if it's drop shipping and bother you with things, one tip I can tell you is, first, for the initial review for 2CHECKOUT, I mean, when they go and review your site just to approve your application, fill up your site with t-shirts. Fill up your sites with t-shirts from T-Lunch or other types of t-shirts, because if you put only t-shirts, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, they're gonna have their own t-shirts, but because it's like regular apparel. But if they see the typical cat earrings, a typical bracelet that looks like it came from China, they will ask you for more information, because they're not dumb. They know they review thousands of applications per week or something like that. So one good tip is to make your store very nice looking. Fill it up with t-shirts, things that they might be saying like, yeah, it doesn't look like a drop shipping business, and it will be easier for you to get approved. They have a good customer service, they really do. You call them and they can fix your problems, but they're really kind of a pain. But I've been using 2CHECKOUT for over a year now. I've processed hundreds of thousands of dollars with their platform, and it's really great. You can have many accounts. But I mean, these are some of the things that you will have. Now let me think if there's something else I am missing. When you get a refund, guys, when you get a refund, let's say you get a refund of $15, they're gonna charge you a fee for the chargeback. So, you know, it's around $25. I have to really confirm the thing. Actually, I have my computer right there, my 2CHECKOUT thing, so let me just check really quickly. Let's see. So I'm checking here. Yeah. Sorry guys, I had to check when I give you the information. It's a $25 fee. So if you receive a chargeback from your 2CHECKOUT account from the credit card company of your customer and they want their money back, you have to pay for the refund and a fee of $25 just for having that chargeback. So 25 for a chargeback. So yeah, I think guys, that's really about it. By the way guys, I didn't do the 2CHECKOUT video. I forgot to mention this, so I'm adding it here. 2CHECKOUT is gonna take a percentage of every payment that they send you as a reserve level. So, you know, they're gonna reserve a small percentage of the payment they sent you, just in case they need to use that money to give refunds to the customer. So if your customers want a refund, 2CHECKOUT, what they are doing is they're taking a percentage of your payments so that they can guarantee that you will have funds to pay for those refunds. Now, the percentage that they take, it really varies from merchant to merchant. Now, they will be taking a percentage, they might be taking a percentage from you that's different from mine, but the percentage they take from your account for the reserve that they are doing for the refunds, it really depends on your account reputation. So if you have an account that has had a lot of refunds, I mean, gets refunds every single day, you get multiple refunds per day, the team that monitors the account is gonna say, man, this account is really getting a lot of refunds, so we're gonna take a larger percentage as a reserve just to be able to cover those refunds, just in case this person runs out of money in their account. So actually I checked, my percentage of refunds is actually pretty low. I don't know exactly, but based on the payments that I'm getting to my account, the reserve that I'm getting is very low. They keep that money for 90 days, right? So if they take, let's say, a 10%, this is just a number I'm throwing out there, but if they're gonna pay you $100 and they take 5% of that money as a reserve for the refunds for 90 days, then you're gonna have your $5, like let's say, frozen for 90 days. In 90 days, they're gonna pay you back the $5 in that next payment that you have in the 90 days, right? After the 90 days. So yeah, that's another thing you need to consider. Actually, I'm gonna write it down. I don't know if you can see it, but here, let's see, put reserve held for 90 days. And percentage varies. So yeah, if you give a good customer service, guys, you can keep this percentage really low. But if you give a terrible service, people are gonna ask for refunds. Your percentage is gonna grow. They're gonna be holding more money from you. It's still your money, but they're gonna pay it to you in 90 days. So it's another disadvantage of this thing right here. If there's something else, I will definitely let you know. But if you're international, this is a good option. It has its negative sides, but you can process money, you can make money from it, and they're legit. They just want to do business with serious people, not people who just want to make a quick buck with something illegal. So guys, if you really like this video, be sure to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, leave me a comment, and I will get to you really, really soon. So without further ado, hope you like this video and subscribe. Peace out.